for the ride. Thanks for the ride, lady. But no, seriously, thanks for the ride. Everything was real clean in your lift. I really appreciate it. You know what? And the water bottles are a very nice choice. It's always like pleasant when you get water bottles, and the mints were excellent. They were on point. So thanks for the ride, lady, so much. Now, I'm gonna leave a review. I'm gonna give you 4 stars. Not quite 5 stars because you actually murdered me in cold blood. I didn't really appreciate that. But other than that, everything was amazing. So thanks for the ride, lady. You take care. Yo, what up, fam? Welcome back to another Q Reviews. In this Q Review, I'll be going over one of my favorite anthologies of all time, Creepshow. But Creepshow in 1981, who was directed by George Romero, written by Stephen King, and the great special effects with Tom Savini, is an all-time classic that makes horror and comedy perfectly. But I'll be going over a segment from Creepshow 2. Thanks for the ride, lady. Now, Creepshow 2 is not as well revealed like Creepshow 1. It was made on a way lower budget. The special effects, I don't think Tom Savini returned to do them, but I just want to go over one of my favorite segments. Thanks for the ride, lady. If you've seen this, you know what I'm talking about. So our episode begins with Miss Annie Lansing in bed with another man that's not her husband. Annie Lansing is a very rich, predominant woman, very privileged, to say the least, married to a very wealthy lawyer. But she cheats on her husband, and she pays this gigolo here around $150. She has 6 orgasms. Like this.
Now, come on. I counted 6 orgasms. And you probably had others. Silently, so I wouldn't get a swelled head.
You charge by the orgasm?
Think this guy might be selling himself short for only 100, you know what I'm saying, only 150? Come on, man, you gotta think more of yourself. By the way, too, man, this is the biggest goddamn alarm clock I ever seen in my life. Like, this alarm clock is the size of Radio Ron Heem's boombox from Do the Right Thing shit. Like, I know it's 1987. Were they that goddamn big? I remember the little ones, but this shit is enormous. Miss Annie Lansing is very privileged. I'm guessing she's a stay-at-home wife while her husband goes out and makes all the money. So he expects her to be at home at 11:30, not 11:01, not 11:15, 11:30. And you better have that pot roast cooking, Annie.
No, not Mr. George Lansing Esquire. Unthinkable. 11:30 means 11:30, not 11:29, not 11:31, but 11:30.
So as she's rushing home, Mrs. Lansing, she's smoking a cigarette and she's burning the leather. She's talking to herself the whole time.
It's real leather, Mrs. Lansing. That will cost us $1,742.92. Damn!
You know, like making up lies in her head, you know, like what she's gonna say to her husband if she is late. And then during this process, she hits a homeless man or a hitchhiker or something like that. And she decides to pull off. So this is a straight hit and run, you know, the guy is dead, you know what I'm saying? The guy is dead. So she's gonna pull off. Like, she don't have enough on her conscience already. She's been cheating on her husband, she's late, and now she has killed someone. And she just speeds off. She's too privileged, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you don't want to mess up that good Mercedes, that good life, you know what I'm saying, by being in a manslaughter trial. You know, you could have called and helped the guy, but nah, she pulls off. Yeah, Stephen King here, this line here.
Car blew by me a little while ago. Couldn't see the lights. Don't know what the hell it was. Looks like a black guy, huh?
Looks like a black guy, huh? I have no idea what has to do with the story of him being black or whatever. But yeah, she murdered him. I want to say that Annie Lansing is a pretty good driver. The way she peeled off in the middle of the night to get away after committing this homicide. Whew. And as this goes on, this is the first iteration of this guy being hit. As we go on and on, he's gonna get worse and worse and worse. You'll see. So now that Annie has drove away, she begins talking to herself again, and she realized the guy is dead. So she started talking to herself like, well, maybe you don't actually know. Maybe you don't actually know that. You just like literally your car is covered in blood. You use the windshield wipers to get the blood off of your car. You didn't stop to check out my homie, you know what I'm saying? You didn't stop to check on the homie. You just left him dead in the street. Bitch is a terrible person, and she's gonna get what's coming to her. Annie's almost home. She's going back to her home in the Hamptons. She's almost home, and then she starts seeing shit. She sees the hitchhiker again with this crazy ass crip walk that he got, waving the sign and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on? The hitchhiker begins to torment Miss Lancy.
I can't live with the idea that...
How you doing, lady? Thanks. Thanks for the ride.
He's on top of the car now with his hand inside of the thing. This outfit is crazy. He has like some type of turtleneck on, a raincoat, some suspenders, and a, you know what I'm saying, a beanie cap and shit. Thanks for the ride, lady. Now right here, his face is just bloody and it's weird looking, but it's not, you know, really grotesque as of yet. But I think the makeup here is not the greatest. It looks kind of bad actually, but I think that adds to the element of the cheese. Now this whole zany concept right here of him being on top of the car. Thanks for the ride, lady. Thanks for the ride. That's all you hear. And she's driving now through the forest. I have never seen nobody drive through the forest as well as Miss Lansing here. You know what I'm saying? She's not hitting trees or anything. She's just like gliding through the forest. Like, who can do that? Annie has the gat, you know what I'm saying? She has the gat just to make sure that everything's cool. And then just then, he opens the side door. Thanks for the ride. Thanks for the ride, lady. Thanks for the ride. You gotta give it up for this nigga for persistence. You know what I'm saying? He don't stop. He wants to thank her for that motherfucking ride, son. You know what I'm saying? So he gets popped a couple times. Yeah, boom, go down, then comes back. Thanks for the ride, lady. Oh, dog. You know what I'm saying? You know, you never get up. You never give up. You always strive for that ride. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta give it up for this dude. He is going for his dreams. He wants that ride to Dover. Never give up. Thanks for the ride, lady. Right, obviously at this point, there's no killing this dude. So she decides to finish the job. You know what I'm saying? He's struggling in the streets, trying to get back up for some reason, but he always had powers. I mean, like so he's struggling to get back up. So Annie decides to run him over with the Mercedes one more time. Not just run him over, but bag it up on him and run him over again. You know what I'm saying? He's got to be down for the count, right? Right? Mrs. Lansing is losing her goddamn mind, you know what I'm saying? She's worried about the car now, you know, 4,000, Mrs. Lansing. For 4,000, it looked like you just drove it out of the showroom. Bitch is losing her mind because she has a immortal killer after her ass. You should have just stopped and checked on Hobie after you hit him. The fuck? All right, now at this point, shit gets ridiculous, okay? She's losing her mind, and the nigga crawls from up under the engine, from up under the car, you know what I'm saying, on the Mercedes-Benz hood. So now he's on the hood. Thanks for the ride, lady. Thanks for the ride. And what does Annie do? She takes another illustrious trip through the woods driving. He's banging on the hood. Shit is ridiculous at this point. Doesn't make any sense, but wait, guess what? It's fucking entertaining, isn't it? Right? It's no stopping this nigga, right? You know what I'm saying? It's no stopping him. She's in the woods. He's on top of the car. She rams him up against a tree, and he's stuck there vulnerable. What to do? Pedal to the metal, crush this dude 3-4 times in the face. Thanks for the ride. His makeup at this point is already mangled. Now his face is completely, his shit is smushed all the way the fuck in with the Mercedes grill. Thanks for the ride, lady. If you wanted to get rid of a black person, just say you were pregnant. Is that wrong? Fuck it. This also has me thinking, like what the fuck is this dude? What is this hitchhiker? Is he a ghost? Is he a figment of Mrs. Lansing's imagination? Is this some type of super zombie? Or is it like that weird dude from Fright Night that was Jerry Dandridge's friend that was like a ghoul or something? What is thanks for the ride, lady man? I don't know. We don't never really know. And that's the question that we ponder. What is he? Is he guilt itself? I don't know. I really don't know. She finally makes it back home to her beautiful, illustrious home in the Hamptons. And her husband is late. He's not even there. So you did all this rushing and running for nothing, you know. It's all that guilt that came back to you. And then, of course, out of nowhere, when she opens the door, there's your homie right there. Thanks for the ride, lady man. That's looking right now like bubbling lasagna, son. His shit is bubbling, it looks nasty and weird. It's like an eyeball hanging out here, a tongue way down here, and then he gets in the car and starts to chomp on Mrs. Lansing, but his tongue's way down here, so when you see it, like is he trying to eat her with his eyeballs? I don't know, because his tongue way down here, and it's like, thanks for the ride, lady. Thanks for the ride. And this concludes our story. Her husband comes home and finds Mrs. Lansing dead with the sign Dover on her chest. Now, what makes this anthology series right here, this segment right here, so fun? I think it's thanks for the ride, lady, right? I think that's the best driving force of this whole thing. Thanks for the ride, lady. Because every time you see him, he's like, thanks for the ride. Sometimes he don't even say thanks for the ride, lady, but thanks for the ride, lady is what makes this special. You know what I'm saying? It's so stupid and corny and whatever, but it works in this series. And I think this anthology, this series right here, is just all about guilt. Mrs. Lansing was, she had a lot of guilt for cheating on her husband, right? She had a lot of guilt for being late, you know, burning things in the car, in the Mercedes, and then hitting the homeless guy. That's a whole nother level of guilt. And then it personifies back on her. Like all that guilt is thanks for the ride, lady. Yeah, I think that it might have been all in her mind. I don't know. Or was thanks to the ride, lady man real? This is just the ridiculousness of Creepshow. Speaking of Creepshow, I might do the Raft. I might do the Raft from Creepshow too, and I might do a couple other segments from Great Mythologies. Now, if you want to check out Creepshow, check out the 1981 one. That's a bona fide, pure classic in my eyes. I think the special effects still up, all practical, no CG and that shit. And it's a perfect blend with comic book and comic horror, and you know what I'm saying? I think it all works. Check that out when you get a chance. Also on Shudder, they have reinvented Creepshow, so I think it's on season 2 now of Creepshow. Some of them are all right. Some of them are better than others, but like if you love Creepshow, if you love anthology horrors like Tales from the Crypt, Tales from the Hood, things like that, just small, short segments of horror, go ahead and check that out. That will conclude my review of Thanks for the Ride, lady. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you really like this channel, go ahead and hit me the thumbs up button. If you really like the channel, consider subscribing to the Q Review family. And as always, thanks for the ride, lady. Don't just stare at it. You eat it. Peace.
I'm out cold, you hoes been exposed. Walk up on you slow with the foe and unload. You got more left for dead on the road. I strode when your car got towed.